Today we celebrate the feast of Saints Joachim and Anne. In the scriptures, Matthew and Luke furnish a legal family history of Jesus, tracing ancestry to show that Jesus is the culmination of great promises. Not only is his mother's family neglected, we also know nothing factual about them except that they existed. Even the names Joachim and Anne come from a legendary source written more than a century after Jesus died. Did you know that? The heroism and holiness of these people, however, is inferred from the whole family atmosphere around Mary in the scriptures. Whether we rely on the legends about Mary's childhood or make guesses from the information in the Bible, we see in her a fulfillment of many generations of prayerful persons, herself steeped in the religious traditions of her people. The strong character of Mary in making decisions, her continuous practice of prayer, her devotion to the laws of her faith, her steadiness at moments of crisis, and her devotion to her relatives all indicate a close-knit, loving family that looked forward to the next generation even while retaining the best of the past. Joachim and Anne, whether these are their real names or not, represent that entire quiet series of generations who faithfully perform their duties, practice their faith, and establish an atmosphere for the coming of the Messiah, but remain obscure. How's that? Pretty good? And that's the real story of Joachim and Anne. You're probably wondering, with all this lack of information, where did Joachim and Anne come from if there's no real historical evidence? Well, there is the Proto-Evangelium of James. Proto-Evangelium means the first gospel of James, which is really not one of the canonical gospels. It was probably put into its final form in the 2nd century and describes Mary's father Joachim as a wealthy member of the 12 tribes of Israel. Joachim was deeply grieved along with his wife Anne by their childlessness. He called to mind Abraham. The early Christian writing says that in the last day God gave him a son, Isaac. So Joachim and Anne began to devote themselves to rigorous prayer and fasting in isolation from one another and from society. They regarded their inability to conceive a child as a surpassing misfortune and a sign of shame among the tribes of Israel. As it turned out, however, they were to be blessed even more abundantly. An angel revealed this to Anne when he appeared to her and prophesied that all generations would honor their future child. And that's the story of Joachim and Anne. So there you go. Moral is, have faith in the Lord. The good Lord has a plan, and his plan is always what? His plan is always perfect for you and for me. Remember that.